It has to do with engage, communicate, learn, and create. With technology, you will be able to engage your students and communicate with them and help them to learn and also create. Now let's look at this slide. Technology integration is the use of technology like computers, computers, digital cameras, mobile phones, internet, and LCD projector. Now I'm going to take, you may say you don't have a projector in your class. That does not mean that you can't make use of other devices that you have in your class. You have a WhatsApp. I can also allow you to make use of WhatsApp in your classes. Yes, it's allowed. If you don't have a particular device, let's assume you have WhatsApp, you have your phones, you have your computers, and so on. Do you know that if the parent in your classroom does not have a computer, you can also share things via WhatsApp. You can also share your lessons via WhatsApp to the parents. It's allowed. It's allowed. Yes. Now, most parents in your class, they all have mobile phones. Yes, it's allowed. So you can share your lessons via WhatsApp. And if they don't have Google Classroom, these days, a lot of schools use Google Classroom and it's free. It is completely free, except you want to subscribe for other features or so. Now, let's look at software. There are some software that your school can make use of, like the Google Classroom, the Microsoft Teams, and others. If you search online, you get to see a lot of software that will help your school when it comes to teaching with technology. Now let's look at the aspect of internet. Not all school is connected to the internet, but it will help your school to be connected. Once your school is connected, these days we have some internet service providers that are cheaper than MTN and the rest of them. This day we understand that MTN is very expensive, Etisalat may be expensive, Glo and the rest of them. But the truth about it is, if you have a good internet connection, it will really help you. Like what I'm using right now is MTN. I find it difficult to use Globalcom or Etisalat because of the network issues or so. Now let's look at whiteboard. Whiteboard, we all have a whiteboard in our classes, yes. You may have a projector, and it's not compulsory that you must buy a projector screen. It's not compulsory. It's not compulsory that you must buy the screen of it. You make use of your whiteboard. Like if you look at this particular board right now, if you look at this is just a whiteboard in my class right now. Now, if I'm to make use of this whiteboard, I have a projector up there. All I need to do is just switch on my projector. These days, if you want to buy a projector, you can get a projector of 40,000 naira only. And your school can start with a particular class, then move on like that to the next class, the next 10, then the upper 10 again, move to the next class like that. Or your school can start making use of a particular room for display, just one projector in a particular class for display, like the ICT room, you might just have one there. Now, if you're making use of the ICT room for your display, just all you need, take your pupils or your students down to the ICT room. Just make sure that you have set up everything you need to do via PowerPoint. The video you need to play, set everything up via PowerPoint. Then when you get to the ICT room, you display your work. This day, I believe in, if you don't have a projector in your class, but you may have it in your, it's always important for a school to have it in your school, at least one projector, one at least. This day, you can get a fairly used projector for 40,000 naira, 50, 60, depending on the lumens. The lumens has to do with the clarity. The clarity, yes. Now, now you also have the microphone. It's not compulsory that you must have the microphone. Once you have your phone can go with every other thing. You can link your phone to your system, yes. Okay, now let's move to the next slide. Now, how does one integrate? So let's say, okay, make technology available and accessible. Allow technology tools to support the curricular goals and help the student to effectively reach these goals. Now, incorporate students' use of technology into meaningful activities in the lesson plan. These days, when you're giving out any lesson, let's assume you're not making use of Google Classroom every day, or please try and make use of it at least on Fridays. give out online assignments on Friday. It will help the parents and also your students in your classroom to understand how to make use of this device. Not until COVID comes in, that's why we start making use of Google Classroom or Microsoft Teams. Now let's look at the next one. Ensure some key components of learning. Learning, active engagement, participation in groups, frequent interaction and feedback, and connection to real-world experts. Now, if you look at this diagram, this diagram has to do with the 21st century educators require skills. Now, as an educator, you should be able to share video in your classroom. You should be able to share online files. You should be able to share pictures and be able to print. Yes, and these days, teachers, please, our advice, you also open a blog. It is allowed for a teacher, to have a blog. We have Google blog that will also help you. You can create a blog free of charge via Google blog. It's free, but it's just that you may not have your own customized sites. But please, you can have a blog that your parents can also click on. Anything you do in your classroom, you can post the video or the picture there. And I'm telling you, it will go a long way. Now let's look at the benefits of technology integration. Number one, technology can engage and motivate the learner, keeps students focused for a longer period of time. Yes. Now, there was a particular, let me just share this story. There was a particular child from, the child is from nursery 1. The child came into my class and told me, I said, oh, Mr. Chinedu, this is my first time of doing ICT. Because I don't take nursery 1, I take from nursery 2 down to secondary school. So the child was so happy this summer coaching period. She was so happy, but the class teacher said she's not too sure if this student will be able to operate the system. Then all I needed to do was just to make use of a software called Giant Basic Skill. All I need to do is to teach them how to hold the mouse, then how to operate the keyboard. That was just the first lesson. Immediately I switched on that particular software. Honestly speaking, just one sample, the children will be able to pick up, because why? The software looks like a game, but it will help them to be able to interact with the computer. They'll be able to switch on to the next program, the next activity on the screen. I'm telling you, there are some software that you make use of in your classroom that will help your students to be able to focus and learn as fast as they can. Now let's look at the next one, make students more excited. Yes, if you're the type that teach using more of paper, talking, things like that, please, there's no way your class will be fun. It's not possible. You need to make use of technology. Show them things on your phone, it's allowed. If you don't have a projector, show them things on your phone. Just try and plan yourself. Have all the video you need to show your pupils on your phone. Showcase everything you have on your phone. Play video for them. Play song. Let them have fun. That's the main reason why you have your phone with you. This day, your phone is not for just calling and trying to chat. No, you can set up your lesson on your phone and plan how that day will go. Now look at the next one. Enable students to learn at their own pace. Now, that aspect is very, very easy. All you need to do, there are times that you give out assignments. You might take them to the ICT room, let them be able to at least be on one system. But the issue you may have is just the internet. The internet. If you have an internet connection, all you need to do is send them work to do from your own system down to their login Aspera base. So when they log into their own page, maybe Google Classroom or any other platform, they should be able to at least do something on the system on their own. If you try this a month, second month, I'm telling you, your students should be able to work on their own on the system. These days, I come into my class, I teach coding, robotics. I don't need to talk too much. All I need to do is, because they understand how to operate the system. They know when I say, okay, get this done, create a story, create an animation or a particular game. they know what to do. So I talk less because I've taught them all this at first. Now let's see the next. Now number 2, technology can support new approach to learning, to teaching and learning. Yes. Now encouraging cooperative learning. With technology, you can really encourage cooperative learning. You can make use of QR code. If you've I believe you must have heard about QR code. You have them on your Play Store, your Google Play Store. You have them there. Just download QR code. I'm telling you, honestly speaking, you should be able to use this. You can hide questions under QR code. So when your pupils, when they scan, or your student, when they scan the QR code on the wall, you can just create a QR code, stick it, print it out, then stick it on the wall. Like what you have here, you can stick a QR code on an A4 paper on the wall like this. So when you print it out, stick it on the wall, all you need to do is just give them your phone, or pick up your colleagues their phones, just pick it up and you just tell them, oh, scan this code. There's a question inside there. You can place any question, you can place images and so on the QR code. And I'm telling you, your pupils, they will enjoy the activities. QR code helps a lot. It helps your parents, when you have open house, create a particular question on using your QR code. They tell the parents, you're coming, that we have some questions that you need to answer. All you need to do is download the QR code app on your phone. Then once they come in, all you need to do is just let them, just make sure you're pasted all the QR code on every part of your class. Then tell them to scan and tell you the answer. Let them write down the answer, and they can also submit the answer via WhatsApp to you. And that's it. Then you give them maybe a suite if they get the answer right. Just tell them to pick up maybe 2 suites or 3 suites. All right, encourage self-learning, then cater to multiple intelligences. Let's see the next one. Now, one of the benefits also helps you to be able to link learners to learning tools. Yes, like I said, when you start using technology, it will help you to be able to at least put your students along, carry them along. It's as easy as that. The more you use technology, the more they get better. Like during the days of COVID, most schools, they were not able to cope. They were not able to cope because of they don't really make use of the internet or make use of Google Classroom. Thank God for Zoom that was able to have a free class all through that period. Yeah. All right. Now the aspect of the track learner progress. Now with this, you should be able to track learners progress using Microsoft Excel. You have a lot of you have the Acada Plus. You have a lot of platform, a lot of software app that you can use to track your learners progress. I make use of Microsoft Excel. Yes. Then when I move to other schools, I work with different schools. I work with about 7 schools right now. When I move to other schools, I make use of different software, Acada Plus and the rest of them, and Edges and so on. But the truth is, the easiest way to track your learners' progress is make use of Microsoft Excel. Microsoft Excel is as easy as that. If you want more questions about Microsoft Excel reports, send me a text message and I will show you one. I will show you one that you can make use of. Yes. All right. Now, what are some pitfalls? Now let's look at too much information. If you send too much information to your pupils or your students, honestly, they will just go out of focus. Please try and reduce the assignments you give out online. Try and reduce the assignment you give out online. Then also try and reduce the weight of the video. If you want me to watch your video, don't give me a video that has to do with 1 hour. You can share the link to me. You can create a particular link. You can share the link of the video to me. I can view the video via the link. But if you send me a video via Google Classroom that has to do with 1 hour or so, there's no way I will be able to download that because of internet. Yes. Now let's look at the next one: inability to choose relevant information. Passive learning instead of active learning. Yes. Now that aspect is when using your technology, always prepare yourself. Always prepare yourself. Always prepare yourself, please. because when using software like PowerPoint, if you don't prepare yourself, there are some questions that your pupils may ask you that you will not be able to understand what to say and how to get it done. Okay, all right. Somebody is asking a question. Please, you can be sending your question while I'm taking this training right now. Be sending your question in. Please, what software for teaching nursery, please? Okay, like I said, Giant Basic Skill. I'm going to write the name. Giant Basic Skill, preschool or preschool and year one is allowed. Yeah. So, like I said, if you make use of Giant Basic Skill, it will help your pupils to be able to make use of the system as fast as they can. Yes, very easy. Let me see. I'm going to try and show you this when I'm done with this. Okay. Okay, now let's look at this. Be creative while using technology. Now look at this. Technology is just another tool. If you use it well, honestly speaking, you will be able to attract your learners. You will be able to attract your learners. That is just the main thing about it. If you use your phone well, you should be able to attract your pupils, your students. If you make use of your Google Classroom very well and learn how to share files and videos and so on like that, you should be able to understand how to catch them easily. Now let's look at some tools. YouTube, we have the YouTube, we have PowerPoint, we have Canva, we have QSys, we have Kahoot, we have Google Form and so on. But all this, we all have all this stuff I just called now. Most of them here, they are completely free of charge. You can have them on your phone. Yes. Now, if you want to download a YouTube video, it's easy. All you need to do is just download Save from Net. Save from Net is another app on its own. Just download that particular app. Then all you need to do, copy the video link from YouTube and paste it on Save from Net. You should be able to download any video from the internet. Like the video I showed you at first, I downloaded that video from YouTube. All right, now PowerPoint, you should all system. If you once you're a teacher or educator or school leader, you should be able to have you must have a PowerPoint software on your system. Once you have Microsoft Office, you have it already. All right, Canva is another app. Canva is another app. Canva is another app on your that you can have on your phone or your system. Yes, it's free, completely free. If you want to subscribe to get more template, but these days I make use of Canva to do most of my work. Like the posters you see, I designed the poster using Canva, not CorelDRAW. Most of the training posters, I designed them using Canva, not CorelDRAW. All right, the next, if you have questions, just send your question via the chat room. All right, what about for primary, upper primary? Okay, for the primary section, there are some software that you need to have, like the Scratch. A lot of students like Scratch. Scratch is one of the easiest, let me use the word, it's very easy to use. Scratch is very easy to use. All you need to do is just install Scratch, and it's free, completely free. Install Scratch. A lot of students like using Scratch. And you can also help them to install it on their personal laptop so that they can also work at home. Yes, now QSys is another phone software or site that you can go through. You can use QSys just the same way you make use of your Kahoot. Now it's very easy to use QSys. It's like you want to be a millionaire. All they need to do is the first person to click. You can set it as a game. When you ask questions, the first person to click on it. Just like that. So it's very easy. But please, in all this software I'm talking about, if you want to make use of them, go through the internet. Just type qsys.com. qsys.com. It's very easy to just make a research about it. It's very easy to make use of this software. Now, somebody said phone application. Okay. Now for the phone application, you can make use of Canva. You can create videos using Canva. Yes, you can create video, any video of your choice. Most of the video you see on my, I don't really make use of any other video app except Canva. To be honest with you, I don't make use of any other video app except Canva. I've made use of a lot of video apps, but I prefer using my Canva to create most of my videos. Most of the video you see, most of the posters you see, I created them using Canva. Yes. Now Google Form, the form you filled, the form you registered, I make use of Google Form to create that particular form for schools in Lagos. Yes. So you can also make use of Google Form to create a particular form for your parents to have their feedback. It will help you also, please. It will help you. Then the ed puzzle, please. That aspect you can create is like a game. Make use of different games. There are some games that when you have those games on your system, your students they will always like to come to class. They will always like to learn. They will always like to listen to you. Now let's see the next one. Sorry. Okay, so sorry. There's another one called Flipgrid. Flipgrid, you can make use of this to create videos. Record yourself for just a minute, and you send it to your students via Google Classroom or WhatsApp. You can also send things via WhatsApp. Yeah, it's allowed, please. It's allowed. If you don't have Google Classroom on your phone, if you don't have all this software on your phones or your laptop, send things via WhatsApp. It will help you, please. It will help you. Then video games. There are some games that you can also make use of. Please let's make sure that while sending all this video, make sure that you follow them up. Don't just send video and assume they will watch it. No, follow them up, please. All right, let's see the next okay, PowerPoint. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, PowerPoint, like I said, is just a normal presentation software. You can create links, you can create video with PowerPoint, you can create posters with PowerPoint, and so on, like that. Now let's look at this. I created this particular stuff with PowerPoint. It's very easy. All you need to do, I created a hyperlink. There's what we call hyperlink using PowerPoint. While using PowerPoint, you create an hyperlink. You can link a particular word to the next to a particular page. Now let's look at this. Okay. When I click on Mercury, sorry, let me go back. When I click on Mercury, it takes me to the next to the page that talks about Mercury. All I did was to hyperlink Mercury, the word called Mercury, to a different page entirely. But you must create all this page before you hyperlink. You must create all this page down so that you can also link page by page. Yes. Now I was able to also link this particular site that says video about Mercury. If you want your students to watch a video, all you need to do, just try and link the video to your page. All I need to do now is I've linked this, then I click on this, then it takes me straight to the video. Then I can play the video this way. It's very easy. PowerPoint, you don't need the internet to make use of hyperlink. You don't need internet to make use of so you don't need your internet to make use of hyperlink. It will help you also, please. Make use of your PowerPoint regularly. If you have a question about PowerPoint, send me a personal text message, a personal WhatsApp message, and I'll help you out. All right, let's go to the next slide. Now look at this Quizzes. If you want to make use of Quizzes, Quizzes.com is a free site or a free software. You can also download the app on your phone also. Yeah. Okay, I've said it before. The internet homework assignment, you can just make use of the Google Classroom, the Edmodo, but Microsoft Teams is not free. Microsoft Teams is not free, please. It's not free. But your Google Classroom is free of charge, please. It's free of charge. The online grading system. Please, if you need any online grading system, these days I've heard a lot about different online grading systems. Schools are really spending a lot trying to get different online grading system. Like I'm not going to mention names of online grading system or so. There are a lot of report card online grading system. They will help you to create your school report card and so. But the easiest one to get, the easiest report card that you can create is using Microsoft Excel. If you want to learn how to use Microsoft, or you want me to create a Microsoft Excel report card, please send me a personal message. It's very cheap, very, very cheap. And all you need to do is when you send me a message, when I'm done creating your report card using Microsoft Excel, you can make use of this offline or online, any way you want it. It can be offline, it can be online, any way you want it, but it belongs to your school for life. And that's just the fact. Instead of spending money for online grading system, if you don't have this, you can make use of Excel. I'm not saying the online grading system is wrong or so, but if it's too expensive for your school, then you can make use of Microsoft Excel. Create a report using Microsoft Excel. It will help you. It will go a long way. Okay, let's see. All right, we have what we call Twindicate. Twindicate is a site. It's a site that will help you to just create a social network between you and your students. Please, all these sites that I'm talking about, go through all these sites online. I'm going to share this particular slide, the WhatsApp group. Go through this site online. You'll see a lot. You will learn a lot about it. You can create a social network between you and your students. Yes, between you and your students. You can just create have different teams. You can create different teams, even under that particular classroom. Sorry, let's see. Let's go to the next one. All right, there's what we call my view board. My view board. My view board is a collaborative software suite that includes powerful digital whiteboarding and sharing features for free. You can make use of this also in your classroom. If you have a projector, if you have a phone, you can make use of this also, please. All right. Okay, I have a message that says, please explain Tuesdays. Okay. Now there's no time really to really explain Tuesdays, but once you need help while working on Tuesday, just send me a personal WhatsApp message. I'll come online for you. So for Tuesdays is a very easy software or a site to make use of in your classroom. You can have all your pupils sign into your particular class on Tuesdays. It's like a class, you create a class for yourself. Then all you need to do is have your class, then send a code for your pupils to join, or for your students to join your class. Then set up a particular question. Set up your question 1 to 20, 1 to 50, depending on the number of questions you want to set. Then send them the particular link. So when they click on it, as they're answering your question, you will know who is getting it right or who is getting it wrong. And it's fun also. All right, I think I'm going to stop here. Now, if you have any question that you want me to work on, if you have any question, I'm going to unmute everyone. I'm going to unmute everyone, and let's see. All right, if you have any question that you want to ask, please go ahead and ask, please. Feel free to ask your question. You can type your question via the chat room. Thank you.
All right, thank you, sir.
All right, you're welcome. All right.
Yeah, after creating the QR code, how do we now scan it? You know, after creating the code and pasting it on an A4 paper, how do you now scan the code